Hello, awesome people. I hope you are having an amazing day today. Today, I wanted to take a look at H.P. Lovecraft's prose poem in 2021 and so forth called Ex Oblivione for you folks. It's a very, very short thing. I had initially read in my Dreams collection of the Dreamlands, in the second collection of stuff that I read when I was in college as a junior. And now I'm wanting to go back. I will link it to you online where I read it just recently for you folks. I thought it would be fun stuff to go back and check it out. And so this is basically his response to a philosopher at that time who was popular, who said that death and living in oblivion would be preferable to life because you wouldn't have any of your desires unfulfilled and such, right? So this was a philosopher at the time that was popular. And so this is a response to it and so forth. No spoilers, but I think he, as to the direction that Lovecraft goes, so forth, because that will spoil the ending. But that's what this is a response to, Ex Oblivion. And Oblivion with an E, it's probably Latin, but I don't know how to spell Latin, or pronounce Latin or whatever. So, fun stuff, I like it lots. And I think what's basically happening here is that you are understanding the concepts and such. So basically what's happening, and the reason why this was in my Dreams section rather than, I think is, again, I like to give no spoilers, but the first couple, in this case, there are a couple of minutes, like the first couple of paragraphs. Basically the idea, our protagonist has been doing some things and taking dream journeys and so forth into various places, which is why it's a Dreamlands collection and so forth. And now stuff is happening he is not becoming less and less satisfied with that. So what will happen next? And I'll leave you to that and so forth. So there you are. So basically, again, this was in the Dreams collection section. Lovecraft, I had three collections when I was in college. The first one was his horror stuff from his early era that was more inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, like the rats in the walls and stuff like that. And this was actually, not that far into that era, right in the early, right in 2021. And then, so this is actually in that era, but it's really, not. Then the second section of collections of works which I read are some more fantasy-inspired stuff. This isn't. That's set in his Dreamlands and such, like the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath and that sort of a thing. And this is which I've reviewed for the show. That's a novella and such. This is a faster prose poem, so it's a little denser because it's a prose poem. It took me a little longer for me to read, but I liked it. But anyway, so basically that Dreams era is the second chapter of his life, that second collection. And the third collection was all his Cthulhu mythos stuff, like Call of Cthulhu, Shout Out at Innsmouth, right, all that stuff. And I think it's pretty strong stuff. Love it lots. And that was my favorite collection because I felt like he put together, and that was where he's telling his stories and such, rather than just sort of parroting very well the others. And then he put together, and so he used elements from one story to another, like the Hound, like with the Necronomicon and stuff like that. And then he puts it all together in the Call of Cthulhu, which is where the name of the Cthulhu mythos comes from, where he incorporates a lot of things from other authors and asks them to incorporate things from his stuff, like the Hounds of Tindalos, or his stuff in the Mound of Sithagua. So I love it lots for those reasons. And I followed the mythos deeply. Love it lots. And he became my favorite author after Michael Moorcock. But this was in the second collection, his more fantasy inspired stuff set in the Dreamlands. It was more inspired by Lord Dunsany's things like the Gods of Pagana and Shot by and Go By Street and stuff like that. So anyway, so this is fun stuff. I like it, I love the ending. I think it's great as a prose poem. It's very strong too, and I think it's very strong. I like the concepts of what's happening here too. So I'm giving this. I think it was good, but it's hard to give a prose poem because I'm not typically a prose poem expert. Like I read a lot of prose, right? I don't raise a lot of poetry. I don't read a lot of prose poems either. So I wouldn't say I'm a real strong expert or even a fan, right? And so forth. So with that caveat, because of how strong the ending is, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. And such. But there you are. I'll go ahead and leave it to you. Again, I'll link it to you online, so you don't have to spend any money. None of this stuff should be, all of this stuff should be for free online. For you folks, that's Ex Oblivione by H.P. Lovecraft from the early 20s. So have you read it? And if so, did you agree or disagree with my 9 out of 10? Again, spoilers free. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, if you will. And then thank you so much for watching this video and taking some time out of your day and investing it in watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spend this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And so I appreciate it much. If you like this video and you want to see more, I typically do a lot of older videos from horror like this one. Well, this one's not that horror. It's got a horror element to it. It's more horror than fantasy. But yeah, or fantasy or sci-fi, particularly from these older eras. And so forth. That's where my title comes from too. So if you like that and want to see more, hit the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, like it too, and let your friends know too. That's the key. We're definitely trying to get that up. And then again, like I said earlier, the channel's title, "The Worst Thing About New Books," is a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones. Because in our obsession for new, we have underscored the value of the old, right? And so forth. So that's where my passion comes from. So I like to find these older things, like this one, and this author, and this era. There you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Thanks again, and have an amazing day.